hello everyone. Let's get down and dirty with this song right here. Anyways, sorry about that. I just can't help but just get down to this song. Yes, hello everyone, this is Wolfter97 here, and yeah. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing amazing. I'm doing really amazing, actually. This is probably one of the bestest that I've been doing, like, probably most recently, I think. You know, for obvious reasons, I'm pretty sure, unless you're, like, new to the channel here for the very first time. Like, this is the very first thing that you see, which, if that's the case, welcome. Turn back now, it's not too late. But if you're gonna stay, then be prepared to drink copious amounts of Baja Blast. Hello, dumb user Kai Den. Oh, thank you so much on the premiere. Thank you. Gotta go to work. All right, you have a good one, Den. Thank you so much for sticking by. And if you watch the short film, then also thank you so much. Thank you for being such a supportive friend. I appreciate it. You have a great night at work. Don't work too hard. Yeah, anyways. See you around. Love you. But yes, hello everyone. So, what did you guys think of the short film? That's something I've been keeping in, like, under wraps for an entire month. It was finished, like, almost before the middle of August, so I had that sitting there on my channel for like a solid month or so, because it was like August 11th to September 12th. Thank God it wasn't September 11th. I remember looking at the calendar, I was just like, oh God, I barely missed that day by just a little, just by this amount. Like, if I decide, because here's the thing, I originally, for like SMT premieres and stuff like that, I liked to always premiere them on Sundays, since that's like a very, because, you know, SMT focuses a lot on, like, you know, religious mythology and stuff. So Sunday, as we all know, is a day of Sabbath. So I'm just like, you know, like, it would make sense to release it on Sunday. So that's what I would try to do. I would try to release it like Sunday 10 a.m. or something, like a time when someone would go to church. And I chose against that because I kind of wanted to give myself a little bit more time to prepare. So I was like, you know, I guess I'll just push it like to Monday. It's just one day, but one day can be all the difference between like everything. So yeah, we missed a lot of 9/11 jokes right there. Thank God. It was in love with it. I like the tone of it. Ah, thank you so much, Kai. I do appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the short film. It means a lot to me since, of course, I did work so long on it. It took probably almost around 2 years for it to come to fruition. And yeah, I don't care how long it took, though, because the outcome was probably better than I could have ever expected. All the amount of like hours and days that I sat sitting at a computer or filming stuff or like voice acting, there'd be times where I'd finish, like, because like I finished voicing Raiho probably like months and months and months in advance, and it was just sitting there. And then like while I was editing it, I would get to like some points where I was just like, you know, I could have done a little bit better with the voice acting. I'll have to redo it again. And then of course I, you know, re-record it and stuff. So if there's like some inconsistencies, I tried my very best in editing to make it not sound, you know, too off kilter compared to like older like audio and stuff. Silly Billy, welcome Theo Dove. So this is a new person we have right here. Hello, how are you doing? Did you have a good day? Did you eat well? What time is it over there, Theo? Because currently it's 7:13. And yeah, I was a little late. I do apologize. I think I started like 7 minutes late. Because I haven't really ate all day. Like I ate some Mexican bread because I think Saturday I got off work and then I got some Mexican bread and stuff, and then I was just like, oh god, because I woke up at like 12 something because I have a terrible sleep schedule, and then yeah, I didn't have much time to eat, so I just ate that, and then I went about my chores and whatever. So I just, you know, ate beforehand, but I kind of spent a little time for myself. The hero being that badly injured. Yeah, that's one of the things I kind of wanted to show, because, you know, we're all used to like Shin Megami Tensei protagonists being, you know, like the Chunibyo, like unstoppable, despite the fact that they're just a squishy, like small little human compared to the forces. Like, you know, it's not really explained like the kind of damage they could take, except for like Devil Survivor. That manga could show like a little bit what kind of like damage a demon could do, even because, like, you know, Raiho is very small, but, you know, even despite his small stature compared to like a human, he's like way stronger. So I wanted to show stuff like that and all that. And also because I thought, like, you know, by the way, if some people here haven't seen the short film, I do recommend you watch it, because of course I will be spoiling it. And this short film literally just came out. This wasn't this short film was never premiered anywhere else. This is the first time it was ever premiered. So if you like those short films, then, and you want to check this one out, please do so. It's on my channel. It's probably one of the first videos you'll see on there, since it just came out today. So check it out. It's only like 16 minutes, but it's 16 glorious minutes of fan service from a MegaTen fan. I get the fake blood, but there was good ice and rip effects in it. Really, thank you so much. I wasn't expecting that for the ice, because honestly, like that, the ice stuff, or, well, I mean, it was kind of like, it was practical as well. It was like CG. Like, you know, the stuff for most of the shots, I want to say like 90% of the shots on my hand, it was actual, like, you know, like makeup and stuff that I, you know, concocted. It was terrible makeup too, because I don't know a thing about like cosmetics or anything like that. Let me turn down the music a bit. I don't know anything about like makeup or any, like, you know, prosthetics or whatever, but like I use like the most like the most jank like paint. Like I got Crayola like finger paint, and then I put it in like a, because I heard that flour was a, because the finger paint that I got was like really dark blue, and I was like, how do I make paint like lighter and stuff? How do I make like, because, and I also had to make sure that this stuff didn't like destroy my hand or anything. So I put flour in there. That's what it said online. And then I was just like, oh man, I could just make a ton of this stuff. And I made like a shit ton of that ice paint for when I would have to do like multiple takes, like on different days. And then I left it in like the fridge. And of course, flour is it's a food product, and it's got its own, like, you know, like, it's got its own expiration date. So you can put 2 and 2 together. And yeah, not the best thing I've ever done. I remember I opened it up like 2 weeks later to like start like doing another shot, or like, you know, some reshoots and stuff. And then like I opened it up and I was just like, oh my god. Like I opened it up and I saw like a shit ton of like mold and stuff in there, and it was the grossest thing ever. And I had to throw it away and make another batch. But I thought that was funny, and I learned a lesson. I learned to never mess with the flour, and I also learned to never use practical effects ever. But also, like, along with that, you know, like I said, I use CG. But I was kind of contemplating, like, do I want to really use, because I used particle effects for that. Like, if you paid like kind of close attention, it's got like some, like, I don't know if I call it steam, but like something, smoke, what is it, like, I don't know what I'd call it, but it's got like clouds of like stuff around it to show just how like cold it is. And that was like kind of like a last minute thing. That was like one of the last effects I did, because I was kind of contemplating like, do I want to really do that? That's going to be a lot of work, and especially for like parts where I would move around and my iced up like arm and stuff would be like on screen. Like that one sequence where I was walking away and towards the camera into my room. That was like kind of difficult to do because, of course, like, you know, I have to like track the effects so that way this like the smoke or whatever doesn't just get like, you know, just stuck in one area. Like it has to like, you know, move and feel like it's there in that like space, in that three-dimensional location. There's hand paints and foundation you could buy pretty cheap for. But also, this was at a time when I didn't have that much money because I had barely gotten a job, and you know, I wasn't working that many hours or anything, and so I was basically poor, and I also had to save money for other things as well, like bills and stuff. And so I was just like, fuck, I was like scrounging for everything, like for what little effects I could afford at that moment in time. But hey, I was able to get it done. You know, it's crazy to think that, because goddamn, I did film all of that, almost all of that, 99.8% of the stuff in there was filmed 2 years ago, like right before the pandemic hit. And yeah, and it was basically just sitting on my computer or like my hard drive for like the longest while I was working on other things. So it feels so liberating. Honestly, it was so satisfying, like, because I won't lie with you guys, for the other premieres for the short films and stuff that like happened on my channel, I didn't really watch the short film. Like I would do kind of like what some people would do, where they're watching like a scary video on YouTube, where they scroll down so they could only see a little bit of the screen, and then I turned the volume really low, and then I popped out the chat so that way I could look at the chat, you know, so I could see your guys' reactions and stuff. But I was like not paying attention to, like, I know I was kind of cringing at my own work, and I mean, I guess it makes sense because all that stuff, like I think I know DX2 came out in 2019. The original SMT-SC came out in 2018, and Epilogue came out I think in 2019 as well. So very old compared to like what I'm used to seeing now. And I had to protect myself. I had to shield my eyes away from the cringe of past me. And yeah, but for this one I was all eyes and ears. I was paying attention. I was kind of getting invested in my own work as well. And I was just watching, and I was like, oh, wow. And I was kind of like marveling at my work. I was like, wow, that was pretty good right there. And, you know, the voice acting is okay. Wow, the color grading and correction is pretty good too. And yeah, and then like at the end of it, I was just like, I did that. Like I did that. That was like almost all me right there. I didn't think I was capable of something like that. Of course, I did get some help. I shouldn't say I did all of it, because if you guys checked out the credits, while some of it was a little jokey, for the most part, when I was talking about camera operators and stuff, that, you know, I did have another camera operator helping out with that. Like when you, of course, there's like, I can't like, you know, telepathically control the camera with my mind and have it come towards me. Like in that one shot where Raiho is just like flying towards the camera, like towards me, or the camera is flying towards me. Like I couldn't have done that without anyone else's help. And I don't know if he's here, because I sent him the link and he seemed pretty excited about it. I don't know if he watched the short film yet, but if you are here, Nefty, thank you so much for helping out. I really do appreciate it. Without you, it would have never been possible. And I'm very sorry, because we did film that so long ago, and I know you've been bugging me for this for such an extended period of time, and I don't even I don't even blame you. I don't even like, have any negative thoughts towards that, because I'm just like, why did it take me this long? But again, I think it's probably good that it took this long, because I was able to put more time and effort without having to like, speed through everything, because slow and steady usually does, and especially in this case, wins the race. And it came out looking amazing. I literally got DX2 earlier today. Oh, are you enjoying it? It's a pretty good mobile game. I think it's a pretty good mobile game. And yeah, I mean, I don't play it because I don't know. It's just I'd rather play other games. Like, I like Shin Megami Tensei, but I think I'd rather play like an actual full Shin Megami Tensei than a DX2. But it's still a good game, and it looks really good for a mobile game too. But yeah, did you guys have any questions or anything? Because this is a talk back, so if you guys have questions, comments, concerns about the short film, or literally anything about the short films, like, it doesn't even have to be this one, feel free to ask them. You can ask anything, really. I mean, almost anything. Let's not get a little too off track here, as is known to happen a lot in my streams. I kind of want to keep things a little concise here, so no talking about cabbages or whatever. How did you get the static noise? Oh. So the static noise was so it's kind of my my secret of where I get a lot of my sound effects from, but besides YouTube, I also like to use this little game called Left 4 Dead 2, because they have a lot of sound effects on there. So that's where I plucked the static noise from. I also got the I forgot what else oh wait, no, I took that one out. But the static noise was from Left 4 Dead 2. And yeah, like I had other static sound effects I could have used, but I felt that one was the best one, because it was very like, it was very heavy and gritty, and just like it sounded like angry static, like, which is, I mean, it sounds hard to like picture and to think about, but like if you listen to it, I think you'll understand. Why did Raiho have a voice change halfway through the video? Oh, okay. Because like at first I kind of wanted to go with like, the same, like, hello, my name's Raiho or whatever the whole way through, but I felt, because like at the beginning it's very quiet and very like all this stuff happening out of nowhere. It's it's kind of scary, shaking up like some random person's day without them knowing is a pretty frightening occurrence. So I kind of wanted to capture that, especially the feel, like, because I was a little inspired by A Strange Journey as well. That's why I did the whole like masked up with like lens flares and like bright white lights. So that's why I also did like the the deepened voice, because it's actually the same like sounding voice, but I like like in the rest of the short film, but I pitched that voice down too, like what it sounds like for the beginning when you first meet Raiho. Mainly just to make it sound scary, as well as to, like scary, intimidating, and just to give it a little bit of a, a little bit more depth and stuff. It sounds creepy as fuck. Oh, the static. Yeah, it does sound creepy. Left 4 Dead's got a lot of good sound effects like that. Which hero of SMTs you used as a model for your character? Pretty much, I didn't really use like any references really, although I will say I think I probably went more off of the first Shin Megami Tensei protagonist as like a point of reference, because in SMT, I've talked about this before, but in SMT SC, the very first short film that premiered in MegaTen Movie Marathon, I kind of like modeled my appearance after him, like with the green jacket and stuff, and that's mostly what I went off of. Like, he has more character and stuff, because I don't know if SMT1 protagonist really does have much going on outside of like, just being like, the player character, but like, the protagonist has a bit more like, personality, you know, or at least I tried my best to give him as much personality as I can, even though he really only talks like, I think this is the only time he talked. Like, he talks twice in the short film, and one of the times it was kind of like an accident. At the very beginning, when he says like, what? I wanted, like, I didn't mean for it to be that loud, and like when I was in editing and stuff, I was just like, will this kind of like take away from like from the whole like experience of him, because you know that's like what everything was leading up to, him accepting like Raiho as like an ally, because that's something like he kind of like deals with throughout the short film, like wanting to like deal with this whole you know, demon situation, having a contract, all that stuff. Also not trusting, because of course he's a demon, so why would you trust like some entity that you've never met before until like right now, ruining your peaceful time making hot cocoa and stuff. So that was just like, you know, leading up all to that, and I hope it didn't really deflate the reveal of him saying thank you. But I left it in because it was kind of like, you know, it's not, because he says like, what? It's not like the full what, so I'm kind of counting that as not a word and more as like a sound of exclamation. So technically he didn't speak until the very end. He just makes noises. For the entire time he was just making anime character noises, just like that was probably my like one of the funnest and most cringiest parts of doing that, especially because I was recording that like while people were here at my house. So I was just like and like my nephew was like in the other room and my parents were like in the living room, and sometimes I was just like, you know, I was like, because sorry, that Baja Blast was really getting me to burp up, but I had to be, you know, at least somewhat loud, so that way it doesn't sound like all hushed up, and like it sounds more natural, so it's just not like, you know how like sometimes when you want to like yell but you don't want to be loud, or like, you know, you're like with your friends or something and you're just like, you're getting really excited or whatever, and then you're just like, oh yeah man, let's go, like you're doing like the whole like hushed yelling sort of thing. I didn't want it to sound like that. I wanted it to sound genuine, and that scream where I scream after Raiho breaks free from my my iced up hand, like I think that's the only thing I've like recorded while I was alone, because like that's the first thing I actually did record, because I knew like my parents were to come back and I woke up like really late because I was editing, and I remember trying my best to wake up as early as possible so that way I could get some recording in, but I woke up just way too late, and they already texted me, they're like, we're heading home right now, and I was like, oh fuck, and then I had to like turn on my computer and just like get the microphone ready, and I was just like, all right, what do I gotta do? What's the most important thing right now? What can I not do if my parents and literally everyone else in the world was at my house right now? Scream. So that's like, that was the first thing I did, and I was just like, and I only did compared to the Yubi Snatcher, where I also, you know, looking at the short film again, I've noticed how many parallels and stuff there are to not just my work in general, like with short films or skits, but also the Yubi Snatcher as well. I could talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, I think I did the scream maybe 3 times, and I knew I couldn't do this like multiple takes, so I had to like give it my all every single take, and it did hurt a lot. It hurt my throat quite a bit, because I want it to sound genuine, you know, because of course, you know, when you scream like that, you gotta mean it, you know, because I was trying to picture like in my mind, what would it feel like if my fingers just got broken open like that? And I was struggling with it. I was just like, would it feel like breaking my hand or something? Or because like I imagine it like, you know, his fingers just like busted open, like more so than just like if you were to just like break, like if you happen to like, you know, move your fingers too far back. I was imagining them like, you know, breaking open, like, you know, like there's like you could see inside like the flesh and all that. That's what I was imagining. So I was like, what would that even feel like? There's a storm that's about to happen where I live. I hope you take care, Boggy. Stay inside. Will Renji be back in the next film? So yeah, that's also something I wanted to talk about, but I think I'll probably leave that for later towards the end, because it's kind of a bit of an important thing to talk about. But I'll see what else you guys have asked right here. Sorry if I'm not looking at chat. I was kind of just going off on my own thing. How did you not burn down your house putting a stuffed animal on the stove? Well, that's because of a little thing I like to call special effects. For any of these stove parts, I actually filmed them twice. I filmed the stove with me turning on and off the stove. And then I filmed with the stove turned off. I filmed me like, slamming or like, putting my hand on the, the stove or everything that deals with the stove. There's special effects with it, and a lot of masking, a lot of it manual too, just to make sure that like I don't miss anything. And of course I did miss some stuff, and I kind of just accepted it that, because while watching it, I was like, everything's great, but there's some things where I understand that I messed up, but I just chalked it up to, not being able to always make the perfect product. But even then, I feel like this was still what it came out to be. I think it was perfect. Of course, there's going to be flaws in everything that I could, pick out. And that's going to happen with any work, no matter like how much time and effort you put in. You can always do it better because, hindsight's 2020, Hey, Hack Guy, what's up? Yes, I do remember you. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently talking about a short film based on Shin Megami Tensei that I just made. If you're interested in that series, and if you like short films, indie short films, then you could check it out, because right now I'm talking about it. And if you want to see it, I will be spoiling, so you might want to check that out before you hang out in the stream. But if not, that's okay. You could just be here. But I'm just going to let you know I'm mainly going to be talking about that short film right now, because I'm excited. Some of us are pretty excited. Might not be able to stay for long, though. Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Hat Guy, for being here and for being supportive. I will take that hat eventually. I can't just go with my beanie forever, I have to upgrade to big boy hat someday. Maybe a fedora, or maybe not. If I have to get a fedora, I also have to get like a neck beard, and I could barely grow a neck beard. And medically imagine all the neurons activating at once and cold freezing the blood into ice. Oh God, Snowy. I didn't even think about the potential implications of that. Like going into like something as medically accurate as that. That scares me even more. But the ice thing, I find, because I don't know if you guys really paid too much attention to like the other hand, but the other hand was red from like blood. Actually, I wanted it to be charred, but I couldn't make the makeup look that good, so I just played it off as like blood. That's why it's a little inconsistent. And for one of the things that I did film like way after, like pretty recently, like months back, was the phone scenes where I'm holding my phone and you could see me like messing around with it and stuff. Those I filmed like way later, like this year. And I filmed them on a green screen and stuff, and I think I did a really good job. Like, I don't know if anyone could tell, but those shots were all green screen. Like, only my hand was there, and like the background was just a solid picture that I took from other shots of the, because I was contemplating, like, should I just go back to my brother's house and like take a picture that looks similar to like where I want but then I thought about it and I was just like, I'm gonna blur this out because it's gonna be mainly just background, and most people are gonna be paying attention to the phone and stuff. So I was just like, screw it. I don't need to waste time going to my brother's house and like taking pictures. That, and also some things have changed. Like, I wanted to take a picture of me, like of like the the computer while I was like, you know, using my phone and stuff, like trying to delete the app. But then I realized like I don't have that monitor anymore, and also a lot of things were missing. And yeah, that's the bad thing about like filming things 2 years ago, or just years ago in general. Just the environment can change so much, and that can make, like, if you wait off like for too long like this, it can make things a little bit harder. But I was able to adapt. I'm an editor. I've been doing this stuff for like 10 years and stuff, so I know what I'm doing. I know how to channel my inner Bear Grylls and improvise, adapt, and overcome. I didn't notice. Thank God. That was something I was like kind of like worried about. And for the entire time while I was editing and doing like special effects, I was messing around with that green screen, just seeing if I could get it better and better. And each time I was able to do so, weirdly enough, like the part where I was in the living room messing with my phone, that was probably the worst use of green screen. And I think that's because there was like shadows getting in the way and stuff. And also you could see the green screen on the phone for the longest time while I was editing. And I kind of just like left that there, and I was like, I was almost accepting it as being like part of the film. And I was like, you know what, it's an indie film, you know, people will pass it off as just being low budget. But thankfully I spent more time on that, and I was able to fix up like the outlines from the green screen that were still stuck to my hand. And I was able to get the green screen off of my phone as well. And yeah, like it really doesn't look that much different than if I like just filmed it right there on location. Man, honestly, those shots are like some of my favorite parts of them all too. That, and I filmed them in 4K, so I could like zoom in like just like really close. And yeah, thank God my phone does 4K. Will Den appear in the films? Oh, Dorky Denny? No. It's all just gonna deal with Raiho and the protagonist. That's just how it is, because when you're an indie filmmaker, that, and she also doesn't live in my city anymore. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep this like mainly between those two, because that's where the heart and soul is at, I feel. Are you gonna make any other short films not about SMT? Because the ones you did are actually really good. Thank you. Maybe not. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. I've talked about it many times because it's one of my favorite videos that I've done, and I just did it on spur of the moment, like, you know, like like I just did it instinctively. I was just like, I just want to do this. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I did not the Yubi Snatcher, but yeah, the Corone Boob Pillow one. And that's one of my favorite videos just because it harkens back to like older videos that me and my friends used to create, like Michael Bay Doritos and stuff, because of how silly and wacky and just nonsensical it was. Like, I remember I just wrote that one like in a night, and like the next day I was just like, all right, let's do this. And like, I want to do stuff like that. I guess I may as well talk about it right now, but so today marks the end of MegaTen Movie Marathon, meaning like SMT SE Prologue is the final short film to come from this. So the event is over, and man, what a wonderful month it was. And thank you all so much for the support. I'm not ending the stream, by the way. I just wanted to say that I don't think I was able to state enough, and I don't think I can state enough how much I appreciate everyone being there and being supportive, and, you know, being very, you know, hyped for like the stuff that's coming out. Like, I really didn't expect anyone to really be into it, but you guys have already, you know, proved time and time again that you guys actually like, you know, you guys actually liked it, which I'm still having a hard time coming to grips with. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I deserve it. I don't know if I do, but thank you so much. Maybe I do. But yes, yeah, I'll just talk about it right now. if you saw the description of this video, of this stream actually, you probably would have understood what I was like talking about. And if not, I'll just explain it right here. In the description, what did I put? Let me see. With the premiere of Shin Megami Tensei SE Prologue, MegaTen Movie Marathon has finally concluded. And in a metaphorical sense, my journey in filmmaking has concluded too. And what I meant by that is, as far as I know, I think Shin Megami Tensei SE Prologue will be the last short film that I create until further notice. Because while, you know, I enjoyed the process of making short films and stuff, they do really take a lot out of me, and it was a lot of work. And sure, for the most part, while this was 2 years in the making, it wasn't really, it was just like, you know, just like several months where I was working nonstop in advance. And yeah, like I said, nonstop, long hours, editing. I would lose, you know, some of my motivation to continue, and that's why it took a lot longer for it to come out, because I spent like several months just like not working on it because I could not come up with the motivation to go on with it. Eventually I did, and of course, you know, the rest is history. But yeah, it's not easy doing this all on your own. And while I could get like other people to help out with it, and like I did, but like I'm saying like more help, like, you know, actual like cameramen, editors, although I'd like to do editing myself because it's a lot of fun, editors, directors of photography. I could do that, but I feel it would ruin the spirit of what it's like for me to make a short film, and that is me, the camera, and my computer. So yes, this is gonna be the end of short films for the foreseeable future. Fuck, sorry, I can't speak English today, and I'm sorry if that is a disappointment for some people, but that's just how I feel it should be. For now, who knows? Maybe things might change. Maybe I might get some more inspiration. Maybe I'll get another idea in my head that I feel is not, like, you know, is not worthy of just being put into like a tiny silly little skit, like the Corone boot pillow one. But you know, it's all up in the air. But I still would like to do skits and stuff. I still would like to do silly things like that, because while I did do these SMT things, and you know, they're very serious and stuff, I think my mood and like my favorite things to create are the things that are very similar to the Corone skit, as well as DX2. That's like, because I'm not a very serious person, as you guys could probably tell, and I like to make dumb stuff, and I feel that's my forte right there. Like, I don't consider myself funny, but I feel like I understand what makes things funny and silly, and I just roll with it. So yeah, I would like to do some more skits. I don't have anything in mind for skits, but I would like to do those in the future. In fact, I do kind of have one technically in my mind, but I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I have to still, you know, like ask some people if it'd be possible, but we'll see. But yeah, this is technically my swan song as a filmmaker, and starting from here, I think I'm gonna just be like making, like, you know, normal YouTuber content. Like I told you guys, I wanted to do the iceberg thing, and I've already started doing the very beginnings for that stuff. So hopefully that'll be done soon. I don't know how soon, but you know, icebergs usually take a while because you got to do a lot of studying and all that. But I got the green light to work on it, so yes. Make a documentary about your story. About my story? What, the Wolf Dream? VH1 presents the Wolf 397 story. Or no, it's got like a different subtitle. VH1 presents Down and Dirty in the Filmmaking Trenches, the Wolf 397 story. Are you going to make an official lore video like all of the VTubers? We could write it. It's kind of weird though, because I mean, like, I'm me. Like, I technically already have lore. I was born from my mom. I don't know if I could, like, if I made a VTuber, like, if I made a VTuber avatar, then yes, of course I would make lore, but not about you, more like how Dark Wolf was created. Dark Wolf. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know we were taking Dark Wolf that seriously. I mean, you guys already have the subreddit, so I would be surprised that you guys haven't started already creating lore for me. Kind of like how like the people in Oni Plays have like their really weird fucked up lore, or just offhand comments that get turned into like actual IRL events. But feel free to do so if you want. You can just write whatever the hell you want. Hopefully I will move to California so I can make an SMT movie. Dude, that would be awesome. And that's one of like my main motivations for like working on these short films, because as far as I know, no one has made a SMT short film yet besides me, like the ones that I've made. And hopefully this does inspire someone to want to tackle it, especially if they have like a bigger budget than me, to tackle the idea of making like another SMT short film. Because there's a like my short film is not based off like specifically anything. Like, I made it up within the universe, so hopefully someone else could get like, you know, that inspiration from seeing this, and they think to themselves like, oh, you know, this guy did it, maybe I could do it too. And then they make stuff like that, and if it could get the ball running for more like, you know, filmmakers to do stuff based on MegaTen, that would be nice. That would be like probably more fulfilling than like if people like watched my short film and loved it and stuff, because that would be like a big impact. And yeah, so far I'm the only person that has done this stuff, but in a way it makes me feel special. Can I have permission to make a wolf? If you want, you can make a wolf iceberg. Like, you don't really need my permission. You can just do whatever you want, as long as you don't get too weird and call me like I don't know, like the harbinger of death. Is this the true death of Fig Sand? Well, technically, Figurative Sandwich died like a long time ago, but yes, I guess in a way this is the man. It sucks to think about. Like, I know the friend that I told you about that helped me with this. Like, he's a filmmaker, and yeah, I've talked about this before, but like, he was kind of bummed out that I told him that like I don't really want to do filmmaking anymore. But you know, he was just like, oh man, there's no way I could change your mind or anything. I was like, yeah, I think my heart's already set. I think I know what I want to do. I want to be funny influencer man on YouTube. No, I want to be more than that. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna be. What I'm gonna be doing going forward. I'm gonna try and, you know, just do whatever I feel, you know, interests me, and not like, you know, like put myself in a hole where I'm just a filmmaker guy that does like small indie stuff. VA Sage. You know, maybe being a voice actor wouldn't be bad. Honestly, a lot of people tell me I should do it. And for the longest time, I was just like, you know, like, that's the cool thing about these things is like, along with the memes, especially with these short films, I'm able to, you know, work on like my voice acting chops. And it's a good exercise in that stuff. Especially with the short films, since they let me, being as Raiho, it lets me hit, you know, different types of moods. Like, for, you know, for a little bit, I could be like, you know, sinister, very intimidating, quote unquote. And then another, like, you know, another scene, I could be, you know, kind of, a little jokingly, a little humorous, a little scared, whatever, stuff like that. It's a good experience, I feel. Is this your new VTuber model? It looks really realistic. Oh, thank you so much. I actually got Pochi Mama. If she's watching this, thank you, Pochi Mama, for creating this beautiful VTuber model. And I was able to get the VTuber rigger that did Korone to work on this. All in all, it came up to around maybe $50,000. So I'm at least $48,000 in debt. I didn't want to drop this all on you guys right now, but I'm going to be closing the channel and selling my body on the streets to be able to pay for this stuff. So it was good. It was a good run, but now I'm a slut. Now I'm a slut for the peen. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. You need to include Shadow Man. Shadow Man. Oh my God, is there like all kinds of crap going on already that I don't even know about with this lore? Oh dear, you guys scare me. Say, take any form, take human form and ready them for extinction in your preferred voice. Take any form and ready them for extinction. I don't know what the context is for that. What is that from? Or did you just make that up right now? I have an extra 5 cents. Does that help? Dude, anything helps. Don't let those homeless people that, you know, get on your ass for giving them $1 tell you otherwise. Literally any amount of money thrown my way helps tremendously. And I'm gonna need as much money as I can to pay for the debt that I'm in and that I'm gonna be for probably this is like student debt, but like a million times worse, because it's well, maybe not worse actually, because you're in debt for something that you really, well, I mean, student debt is also the same thing as well. Being in debt for something that you really, really like. So like if I were to, I'm not saying I want to be a VTuber, but like if I was willing to put myself in debt for that, it has to be something that I really, really like, right? I did not make that up. I lack that kind of creativity. Also, thank you. Honestly, a lot of people do say that. I think I might have to take it seriously. I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I actually did have a chance to audition for Eternites. That one, if you guys even remember it, it was announced in the PlayStation State of Play. Because that guy, when he was working on it, he was doing it like, you know, he was very open with like his process and like showing like so many work in progress things. And once he was just like, all right, I have this open audition for anyone that wants to do it for this character. And I mainly sent the audition to my friend because he wanted to be a voice actor, and I think he still wants to. Daniel still wants to be a voice actor, I think. So I sent it to him, and I didn't really pay it any mind until like, you know, until like doing all this stuff made me think like, maybe I could kind of do voice acting stuff, as well as all the memes and stuff. Like a lot of that's kind of contributing to wanting to do voice acting, as well as like other people like, you know, encouraging me and stuff, like saying like, oh, your voice is really good for stuff like that. I'm like, thank you. I don't see it, but thank you. But now I do kind of see it. I do kind of see it. Like, of course, it's not good to be all like, you know, be self-deprecating and stuff. I gotta, you know, take my wins where I can get them, and that's my one win where I could actually maybe do VA work. But now I'm not gonna let shit like that pass by anymore. If an audition interests me, and if I really want to do it, I'm gonna do it, because god damn it, I could have ended up in Eternites, but I didn't audition. But I do remember auditioning for this one thing. It was like a fan translation for a PC Engine Super CD game. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Yeast or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they had auditions for voice acting roles and stuff like that. And I did it, but it was the most jank audition ever. Like, I wasn't even trying to voice act. I did it with my phone. I did it with my like in my garage. So like the audio is just like really echoey, kind of like this, but it didn't have a good enough mic to be able to make you forget about like the reverb from when I was doing that. Would you leave us if you became no, never. Honestly, like if I ever became a famous anything, I don't think I would ever stop YouTubing unless like it was really, really like, you know, like really, really time consuming. Like I can't really imagine anything that would be time consuming, but like if like it was to the point where I could not like tear myself away from like work or whatever, no, I'm always going to be here. I'm always going to be doing YouTube probably forever and ever, because it's a great creative outlet. And like if I did do like something like voice work, or like if I got casted in a movie or something, or like if I got like hired as a VTuber or whatever, then, you know, of course I'd want something that I could like, you know, be able to put myself into like, and like work on my own. Because of course there's always going to be like, you know, a need for creative freedom, and that stuff probably won't be able to give me that. So yeah, I'm always going to be here. I'm never going to leave anyone, no matter what. Just please don't leave me. For the love of God, don't leave me. I have attachment issues. If you guys leave, I'll cry forever. The Rebirth arc goes into the Shadow Realm era. Afterwards, Shadow Wolf goes back into the past to change Present Wolf, making a new arc. He traps the chat, the instigators, the walls to stop us. Wait, what? Oh my God, Snowy, are you actually like writing this out right now? Are you just like going nuts on like a WordPad document and just creating like 5 like pages of like Wolf 397 lore and just posting them in chat? Because that'd be pretty sick. Put Harley Quinn baby as well. Not really, actually, unless you want it for. Remember the movie It's a Good Movie? Can you tell me the name? I forgot. Wait, what? Oh, You're In. No, Go Peace Enjoyer. I'm not gonna say anything. Someone did figure it out though, and if whoever figured it out in chat, because they did leave it in the Google form thing. I keep forgetting. I have to do the Q&A thing. This week, trust me, I put my life on it. I'm going to do the Q&A this week. I just don't know when, what day. But yeah, someone already figured out what movie I'm in, but don't drop it. Please, I need it for the iceberg. Nope. No. If it's for the iceberg, then that makes it less interesting, because if you know the movie already. Because the cool things about icebergs is that there's some things that are kind of mysterious that, you know, there's not all the answers for, and maybe that could be a good one. You could put it like at the very bottom and just be like, Wolf was in a movie that no one knows about, but apparently it was a very, very big motion picture according to him. I told you guys. You guys could probably figure it out. Yeah, Wolf's movie appearance. That makes it more interesting because, you know, you're not throwing out there what it is. And if you were doing like a video of... Should I do a video version of the iceberg if you guys make it? I mean, if I'm already doing this iceberg for the thing that I almost said what it was about. I'm not going to reveal that just yet. I want it to be secretive. Yes. Okay, yeah, I'll totally do an iceberg. Well, it's got to be things that I know, right? Like if it's only stuff that like I don't understand, like if it's in jokes that are like in the Wolf 397 subreddit, I don't know if I could do it. But we'll see. I still have to go on the subreddit though. We will make it anyway if you don't. If you guys want to, yeah, you could totally do that. You could, and that'll be like a good little creative exercise for you guys to throw out like a video, and it would be good. It would be good publicity for me, because people will be like, "Who is this Wolf 397 character? I need to go check him out right now." Oh, he streams and also talks late at night, and did a few short films or something like that. Let's see. Is there anything in chat that I did not? Like any other questions? Let's see. Chemical Feels, I'm so sorry. If you're still here, I apologize for not noticing you and for not calling out your name. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing very well, and thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the Corona skit that I did. One of my favorite videos, right up there. All right, later, Snowy. You have a good one. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. Shit. What else was I going to talk about? I know there's like some other things I wanted to indulge about when it comes to. Actually, something I was kind of messing around with, playing around with in my mind, like an idea. Would you guys be cool? Like, you know how I did when I did the DX2 AfterTalk, how I did it with Daniel? Would you guys be interested in an AfterTalk Redux where I did it with the my cameraman, or the the assistant cameraman, Nefty? If he wants to do it. I don't know if he'd want to, but it could be a good idea. I don't know. I liked it when I did it with Daniel. That was a lot of fun because while we weren't really paying too much attention to the things at hand, i.e. DX2, we were still talking about we were still talking and having fun. What if I just brought in Daniel for no reason? He had nothing to do with the short film, but I'm just like, and of course, the most important person here, Daniel. He's like, I'm here. And I'm like, that's right. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. Do it? Yes? Oh, okay. All right. I'll text him and I'll ask him if he's interested in it. But if he's not, maybe I could do a Redux on my own because, this is kind of a, spur of the moment thing. And I don't really have many things like laid out. And this is like a short film I'd love to talk about, because a lot of things went into it, and of course, there's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of interesting things. Like honestly, there's quite a bit going on right now. Greenwall, check out the title in the description. You'll figure it out. And there's a lot going on that I want to indulge, because I know I probably won't ever be able to talk about this again, because like I said, there's not going to be any more Shin Megami Tensei short films. This is the final one. Ironically, the prologue is the final. Yeah, you guys ever think about that? The final short film I did was the prologue. And weirdly enough, like if you put these short films into chronological order, it's going to be like a Metal Gear Solid situation where Metal Gear Solid 3 and then 1 and then 2, like ignoring all the other numbered entries, it's going to be Prologue, which came out this year. Then it's going to be SMT SC, which came out in 2018. And then it's going to be SMT SC Epilogue, which came out in 2019. And the quality is going to be all over the place. And one of them just blows them all out of the water anyways, except for DX2. That's not really in the same universe, but at the same time, it kind of is. I don't know. But another thing I wanted to talk about, although I don't know if I want to leave this for Redux or anything, the AfterTalk Redux, but I think I'm just gonna drop it anyways. So like I said, this is prologue, right? Which means the start, or like before. I don't even know what prologue means. I think of it as beginning, but I also think of it as before the beginning. So let me check out and see what prologue actually means, like in the dictionary. Separate introductory section. It's one hell of a separate introductory section. Yeah, definitely a prologue. I say before the beginning. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Pre-story. Well, I mean, technically it is like the pre-story, since SMT-SC had its own like plot and everything. So yeah, I guess it does count as a prologue. Yeah, you know what? You guys are right. I think I'll agree with you guys in that definition. it does fit that definition pretty pretty on point too, since it was before the start of SMT-SC. But what I want to do is, since in the description I talked about how in SMT-SC Prologue, I talked about how this is taking place in a different timeline, because like with the symbolism and stuff, it kind of explains a lot of the stuff that happens, as well as the trailer. I think I kind of gave away what happens, but yes, this does take place in a different timeline from the previous 2 short films. It's not like the beginning of like that story. It's like a beginning of that story, but like the events are slightly different. So something I wanted to do was I wanted to do like I know I'm not going to do any more short films, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to do like fan fiction, or like, would that count as, would fan fiction count, since I'm doing it off of my own work, which did start from like another thing? I mean, I guess it is fan fiction. It's all fan fiction, but yeah, I want to do like written, like a written out story of the events that transpire after SMT-SC Prologue, because like I have, like, I'm not gonna lie, I have like the basic outline of like what happens in this version of the story, and it'd be interesting to like, you know, tackle it from a written perspective, you know, like as a creative exercise, as well as to, you know, do like more writing stuff, because I haven't really done much writing stuff in general, like in a while. I gotta go watch. Oh, okay, all right, see you later, Greenhall. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I like to do that. I like to do that, even though it might be a little cringy for some people. It'll definitely be cringy for me to start with, but I'll get over it. I will have to get over it because it's my baby, and of course it's my baby. I work definitely hard on this. I love writing, and one of the things you guys could probably parse it from like the all the short films I did, but one of the things I like writing is dialogue. Writing dialogue is so much fun. Writing in general is so much fun, but I enjoy like character beats and stuff, and having characters bounce off of each other, and just writing like, you know, just like just them interacting and stuff, because I'm a very character driven story kind of guy. Like, I'm not a big like overall plot, whatever. Like, if a story follows like, you know, a few like, you know, individuals who grow and like, you know, maybe clash, all that, get closer, etc. in a story, I'm down for that. Especially if like, you know, the overall plot or like the journey is almost like a drama, if you will. Then, you know, like I that's something I could dig. That's something I could get down with. And writing the dialogue for this was really difficult because you know, the protagonist doesn't talk at all, so it's kind of like he's Raiho's talking to like a brick wall. But even then, it was still a lot of fun trying to get around that. And yeah, I now understand why you know, some people don't like silent protagonists, because they're kind of uninteresting. But I tried my best to make the hero at least somewhat engaging, trying to make him like, you know, relatable, such as like that, like, you know, like he's going to college, and that's going to be a very big thing. Like if I do the fan fiction thing, him being in college and all that, like, because I feel college is like where you figure out your ideals and like what you truly believe in stuff, whereas high school is where you find yourself and you find out like what kind of person you want to be, and like, you know, where you fit in society. Well, college is like, you know, way more like nuanced and stuff. Like, you've already figured out who you are, but now it's time for you to figure out what you believe in and what you want to fight for. So like that could be a really good setting for like a Shin Megami Tensei story. since you know you have all these voices and stuff, all these people who believe many different things, especially if you go depending on what kind of college you go to, it could be, you know, there could be a lot of voices fighting each other, and a lot of talk going on. And like talking about this right now just makes me want to start like writing it already. In fact, maybe I'll not like immediately, but I'd like to, you know, get like an outline out there and just start working on it like in the near future. Because I feel like I have a really interesting story, I feel. At least at the moment. Like, I know how everything should happen. I just don't have like everything plotted out and stuff for it to happen. So a lot of work will have to happen. I've said happen so many damn times, but a lot of work will need to be done for that fan fiction. I have a question. If SC and DX2 exist in the same multiverse and has DX2 on his phone. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you don't want me to talk, Goat Piece? Is that what you're asking? When's the next ad break? Wow, you're not interested in what I'm talking about. Thanks a lot, dude. You'd rather watch an advertisement than anything. Thanks. I feel like I'm really being listened to. Much appreciated. If SC, you know, I didn't even consider that. I didn't really consider that. Maybe they really don't take place in the same. Maybe they really don't take place in the same universe after all. Or it could just be a fun little, you know, nod to the other thing. I mean, I had like, I think, did I have the multiverse? I mean, not the multiverse app. Did I have the metaverse app in there? I don't remember. I think I had the Persona 5 instant messaging app in there as well. I kind of wanted to throw those. I had the HoloLive app in there as well. That's how you could really tell that I filmed this year, because that was in there. Oh, I had the MetaNav. All right, good. Wow, you guys actually had a pretty good eye for that. I didn't think anyone would really notice. I was also kind of worried about those phone parts too, because like while it was shot, like those parts were shot in 4K, I wasn't sure if like it was crisp enough for anyone to be able to read like prompts or like anything like that. Like in the first part with the phone, where he's in his room trying to delete the app, I wasn't sure if like it got the idea across that he's trying to uninstall it, because the text was so small. Even when I did zoom in, like, you know, to a good degree where it looks good and it's big enough to be seen, like I'm still not sure if like people were able to see that. 'Twas pretty crisp. All right, that makes me pretty happy. It's just ads give you money so you can make a new film. Oh, okay, fine, Goat Piece. I guess I'll throw in an ad break right here. Here you go. You're welcome. Sorry, I'm just gonna poke my ear really quick. Do you guys ever just have like moist ear for some reason? I don't know what happens, but like sometimes my ear just have like liquidy sort of, like a liquidy sort of feel, like it feels moist in there, and it feels like I got water in there. I don't know why, even though I think I clean my ears pretty good, I think. So sometimes I like reach in there just to like clean it out, and then I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, for anyone coming back from an ad break and they're just listening to me talking about cleaning my ears, I apologize. Glad I don't get those. Me too. Paying for YouTube Premium is probably one of the greatest things I've ever paid for. I cannot imagine a life where I have to pay for where I have to watch YouTube with ads. That's not a life worth living, I think. And I will gladly pay however much YouTube Premium. Oh, you just have you have ad block, I see. Oh, okay. Makes sense. That's good. But I think I'm probably gonna end the stream soon, so do you guys have like any other questions that you guys wanted to ask? Questions, concerns, comments? Want to talk about cabbages for some reason for like another 3 hours? Like whatever it is you want to throw my way, go ahead and throw it. In fact, it doesn't even have to be about the short film. Since we're kind of having an open dialogue about whatever, and since we're going to have the AfterTalk Redux at another time, we could just, you know, just shoot the shit for a little bit. Q&A bath. No. Maybe. Thank God. Wait, I don't even think oh shoot, I don't even think I could do it because I just remembered my my shower doesn't have like a little thingy to shove in there to turn, like, to keep the water from going in, like going down the drain and stuff. So I don't even think I could do that unless I like plug it up somehow, but I'll have to figure out how to do that because I think we got rid of the plug because it wasn't connected to anything anymore. So I mean, I could probably, I know, but I'll look into it. Okay. Then you guys have to see like me. You guys got to see like my naked like body, and I don't know if you guys want to see that. I want to talk about potatoes because I'm not the biggest fan of cabbages. You know what's weird? I as an in joke, I have the word cabbage on. I think it should still be there. I don't know why, but I have the word cabbage as a blocked word, so I don't know why it's still showing up. Because I remember one of my friends, Vincent. He's the guy that threatened to fight chat once, but he told me about how RuneScape, whenever anyone like puts in like swear words into the chat, how like whenever they like send that chat, it'll change the swear words to like the word cabbage. And I thought that was hilarious and stuff. So I was just like, I would always think about that whenever I think of like chats and how like some of them would like block like, you know, certain words. Well, I was like, you know, what if I just block cabbage? I mean, wouldn't that be funny? But it's not working for some reason because GoPiece was able to get past. But I don't know. Unless some of you guys tried to talk about cabbage and your message didn't go through, which I don't know if it did because it doesn't tell you or anything. It's not like, yeah, it's not working. Damn it. Once again, YouTube being very, 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 very unbased by having features that don't even work. Disappoint. Welcome back, Greenwall. Unfortunately, you kind of came at a bad time because I'm slowly ending the stream right now, but if you have do you have a question? I'm kind of just asking at this point, like anything. Like if you have a question about anything, you know, who your dad is, where babies come from, who did 9/11, I don't know. You could throw my way, I don't know. You can ask whatever, ask anything. Well, thank you for that WI, much appreciated. How do you do your hair? I don't do my hair, that's the thing. That's the main reason I wear beanies, actually. I wear beanies because it's a lot easier than like trying to do anything with my hair. And ever since then, ever since I started wearing beanies in high school, I kind of just rolled with it, like, to this very day. I have been contemplating getting rid of the beanie and like trying to find a new hairstyle, but until then, I'm gonna be rocking it for the time being. And someone asked, why do you got your beanie on right now? I don't know. Why not? Because it's part of my image, man. If I got rid of this, it'll kind of be like how when Perry the Platypus takes off his hat or whatever, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz is not able to like figure out who he is. You guys will be the same way. You'll be like, Mexican boy. And then I put my beanie on, and then you're like, Wolf 397, the Mexican boy. And then it's like, Wolfie, stuff like that. That's exactly what I picture happening. So I'm just trying to make sure you guys aren't confused. Like, you guys are watching a Wolf397 stream. You guys want to see Wolf397 on the screen. So I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. It's not for me. It's for you. Because I just care that much. Say hi to your mom for me. She'll know. Oh, are you friends with her? Do you guys, go out to like the book club? Because I know she has a book club that she attends every Saturday. Will he ever come back with the milk? We'll see. We'll see. What's your opinion on Atlas DLC practices? Bad. They gotta do better. Please stop, Atlas. Atlas, if you're listening, no more DLC. Stop. Wolf takes off beanie. What if it's like the SpongeBob SquarePants movie where King Neptune takes off his crown, and you guys just see like my head is actually bald? Like, all this hair right here is just like, it's just connected to like the front part of my like scalp, and then I just take off my beanie, and it's kind of like those, I forgot what they're called, but those religious people, what are they, priests or something, where they have like some weird haircut where it's like the middle is cut out, but like they still have like the rim of their hair there still. It's exactly like that. Monks, yes, monks. That's what it'll look like when I take off my beanie. And since my hair is long, it's not gonna look as good like as a monk's head would look, so I'm just protecting myself. You guys can't handle that drip. After the stream, you should watch the newest wait, what's that? Urban Rescue Ranch. I guess I could look into it. I've never heard of it. I don't know what's being rescued, and I don't know what kind of ranch is it. Is it Ram Ranch? 14 naked gay cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch? I'm not gonna go any further. I already made a bald Photoshop, so it exists. I also made a bald Photoshop too, in the Corona boot pillow video. It's not a good Photoshop. In fact, I kind of just stole a picture of Pavolia Rene with her head being bald, and then I just plaster that on top of my head. So I didn't even do it. I didn't even Photoshop it properly. In fact, I didn't even use Photoshop. I just put it into Premiere and just left it as is. I just changed it a little bit so that way it matches my skin color, but it doesn't, and I think that's what makes it funnier. I'm getting better at editing thanks to you. That's good. If I'm able to inspire people to create work or get into like video editing or video making, then that's awesome. I'd feel like I had actually made like a impact on the world with stuff like this. And if there's any budding filmmakers out there that like see my short films and they're like, whoa, I want to do that, and then they do that, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like, sure, I'm not intending to do any filmmaking work now for the foreseeable future, but I think I'll still have filmmaking in my blood. Like with the skit and stuff, like I still, put into play some of the things that I learned while working in the trade for a little bit. So in a way, I'm still a filmmaker, but I think I'm gonna generalize my title as content creator from now on. Anyways, I guess that's it. Anyone else have anything they want to ask before I end the stream? Because it's currently, have we been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes? But it's currently 8:27. All right, later, dumb user, you have a good one. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. You guys have a great one. And yes, like I said, there will be another AfterTalk where we go further into depth about Shin Megami Tensei SC Prologue, since I want to talk all about that short film because I love it. And keep an eye out for that. It might happen this week, might not, but I need some time to figure out like what things I want to like hit on, what like plot points, what topics, etc. When will you stream next? I don't know. We'll see. maybe even tonight. But I'm just kidding. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. But until then, you guys have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. You guys have a nice day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, yesterday or tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Another time. Bye. My armpits are sweaty. I'm gonna kill you. Is that like off-brand me? Fox 286? Whoa, that sounds funny actually. Fox 286. But yeah, you guys have a good one.